Hey Cancer, so it's me Alexis. Welcome back to my Astrology channel, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a new moon horoscope and tarot reading for the new moon in Libra on September 28th. So if you're a Cancer Sun or Rising, this video will apply for you. And I just want to let you guys know that thank you guys so much for watching my content. It truly means a lot to me whenever you guys watch my videos, tell me, and then you guys tell me whether it resonated or not, or how it will personally affect you guys. Like, I read those comments, and whenever I can help someone, it really makes me feel very nice and warm, and I hope that my readings are only of quality for you guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the reading, Cancer. So let me go and kind of talk about the whole celestial portrait going on right now. As of right now, when the new moon happens, it's going to be happening in Libra at 5 degrees, and then on top of that, the transiting Venus and Mercury will be squared to Pluto in Capricorn. So this is going to be a new moon where there is some sort of tension, but it's not going to be like the upcoming full moon in Aries on October 13th, because oof, that one's interesting. So guys, when it comes to the new moon, it's in Libra, so Libra is going to be the sign of balance, the sign of justice, the sign of like social partnerships, socialization, outside connections. That's kind of one way to kind of talk about Libra in a nutshell, because they're good at, connecting with people on the outside. And that's why a lot of people tend to associate Libras with relationships. So for Cancer, how will this affect you guys? So Libra rules your 4th house, so the new moon is going to be happening in your 4th house. And then on top of that, the transiting Pluto, it's been in your 7th house for a while now, and it's making a square to the transiting Venus, which is in your 4th house. So Cancer, I think that this new moon is going to be important for you, not only because you're, a cardinal sign, but the 4th house is the house of, your upbringing, the house of your family, your roots, your sense of comfort, your safe space. And, with this new moon in Libra, this is a really great chance for you to kind of implement something new into your household. Like maybe, when it comes to your family members, maybe you want to implement a new rule or maybe a new sense of fairness with your family members or roommates. In terms of like initiating peace and tranquility, that is something that you want to do into your, that is something you want to do in your family life. So in terms of like making your home life more fair, making sure the give and take between you and your family members or roommates is fair, like making sure that's fair, and just making sure that like you and your family members or the other people in your family or household or whatever it could be is it's like transparent, it's fair, and it's clear. Like that is something that you want for this new moon, Cancer. However, Pluto is transiting your 7th house, and I think the main tension here is that maybe as a family or maybe as a general, vibe with like your living situation, maybe it is fair, maybe it is peaceful, maybe it is okay. However, when it comes to individual relationships with certain people, I think that's where the challenge begins, because let's just say that, you're in a house with your family and you get along with your mom, but you don't get along with your dad. And because you individually don't get along with your dad, it can kind of, threaten, the peace that you want to implement into your living situation. So because of that, it's hard to kind of implement a peaceful living situation when you're not at peace with everybody that is a part of that living situation. Because you can't really control whoever lives with you. I mean, unless you're an adult and you can do that. But, for some people, you can't really change who is in, your living space. In Cancer, I think you take your living space very seriously because, comfort and safety is something really important for you. And part of implementing that safety and comfort for you guys is making sure that that comfort and sense of safety includes peace, especially if there's people already in that space, Cancer. So with that, I feel like you're going to try to implement some sort of justice and peace into your family life. However, with the beef that you have with certain individuals with your family, it could be a little bit hard. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at your cards, Cancer. Okay, this is pretty much aligned with what I thought would pop up for you. I got the 2 of Cups. I got the Page of Swords. And I got Judgment, lo and behold. So I think that this is overall an advice spread, Cancer. So let me kind of talk about what my deck kind of wants to say to you. So I think you're at a point, with Libra, with this Libra new moon. I think what you're going to try to do is kind of filter what you want in and maybe out of your life. Not maybe like out of your life, but like a little farther from you. I think you're at a point where you kind of want to prioritize, what's important in your living space, and you want to kind of do that for that, new moon in Libra. And that is indicated by the Judgment card. You are looking at your living situation, or, your safe space or your family, and you're sitting here like, okay, it's Judgment Day. It's time to judge the people in my life and whether they can help me implement, the peaceful, living space that I ultimately want, the fair and peaceful living space. So looking at this, my deck is kind of trying to, looking at this kind of reminds me of like a rubric. It's kind of like, oh, does this family member do this? Check. Did he do this? No. Out of there. So, Cancer, if there are two things that you need to make sure when it comes to the people who share your safe space with you, or like your living space, you need to look for two things. You need to look for the Page of Swords, and you need to look for the Two of Cups. So let me talk about this in more detail. So Cancer, the first question you need to ask when it comes to judging the various people in your life, when it comes to your, sense of safety and your safe space, is this, with the Two of Cups. With this particular person, do I share an emotional, intimate connection with this person? Do I feel like we have a close emotional connection when we're together? Do I feel safe telling this person however I feel? Do I feel like, that they're safe to tell me, how they're feeling? Like, is there a mutual emotional love that's going on between us? If the answer is yes, good. If it's not yes, you might have to reconsider. Now, the other question that you need to know or need to ask is with the Page of Swords. Looking at this person, you have to ask yourself, okay, does this person want the best for me? Does this person realize my abilities and wants me to hone those abilities? Does this person, anticipate my future success, and do they want me to go through with it? Like, does this person want me to empower myself ultimately? Now, if the answer is yes, of course, keep them in. If they don't, you might have to reconsider. And honestly, for some of the people in your life, they may fulfill one standard, but maybe not the other standard. And it's up to you to kind of think about, if they don't fulfill all these standards that I should have for my living space, like, should they stay? And I think, Cancer, that is ultimately up to you, because no one knows comfort or your own personal comfort better than you do. And because of that, it's really, really up to you. But as for advice, my deck is telling you, if you're struggling with figuring out who to keep in your personal life and who to kind of distance yourself away from, look for the people who really care about how you feel, and look for the people who are willing to let you realize, your empowerment and your power. These should be people who should make you feel confident, and people who should drive you to succeed in life. So, yeah, Cancer, that is pretty much your spread for this new moon. I hope that everything resonated with you guys, and I will see you guys next time.